Hello and welcome to Let's Plays Disco Elysium part 13. So, I believe we've come to the end of our deep personal critique, or rigorous self-critique even. Okay, so what conclusions have we come to? Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis. Oh, crippling him for life. Jeez. And above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die or overcome it. Wow. Okay, so failures now heal morale and health. Whoa. Okay, red checks. Learning cap on pain threshold raised to 6. Okay. Well, that's not bad. Wow, we've got a lot of skill points. I'd have to have a think about exactly what we're going to do with them. So we have potential aces high, kingdom of conscience, bachelor degree, or this derealization. I think I might go. Oh, can I not? Oh, I don't think I have enough slots to. Oh, I can. Apparently I can unlock slots, so let's do that. Wow. Oh, I see. Well, let's... So this is sort of another superpower we have, so to speak. Let's do this one. And have a look at our skill points. So right now I'm thinking that I will up my perception, because there's a few things we clearly missed by having low perception. And what else was I thinking it would be a good one? The rhetoric, because it makes us better at persuading people. So let's go with that. Accept changes and close. So we may be better at a few more things now. He's probably off to bed for a bit. Run. Ooh, what is this? Have we seen this before? This is mysterious. I don't remember this, but I fiddle with everything. There's money in here. I assume that's changed and there wasn't money in it before. Let's hope we haven't like nicked somebody's stash. Okay, so bedtime. Let's see if we can get to bed before 1 AM. Just marginally. That's a reasonable time for a cop to go to bed. Can't believe it, there's still people in here. get into the kitchen. So I think one of our big things to do is to figure out how to fridge that body. Oh, what? Is that something new? That's something new. What the hell? You have a empty cassette case. Let's have a look at it. Items. Oh. Oh, is this our sort of notice thing? Because our perception's gone up now, we can see more stuff. Wow. That's actually quite good then, isn't it? So, sleep. For once. The bed is not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. Are we just going to wake up in the morning, or are we going to have a dream sequence? And then sleep doesn't come. But I want to sleep. Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Why? Maybe it's the bed's fault? Check the blanket. It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids you see a dizzy array of colours. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. Okay, let's check the pillow. It's a synthetic filling, has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Okay, let's roll over to the other side then. It's a little better. Colours, scenes and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Who killed him? Who? Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves. No more thoughts. Fall asleep now. Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming. Is this a dream? Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Well, it looks like the mists are not allowing us to go anywhere except to the yard behind the whirling in rags, and where the body is hung back up. That looks scarily like me, my character. And there's a disco ball above it, isn't there? Okay. Let's talk to ourself. Bloated corpse of a drunk.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die.
You're not kidding anyone, Harry. You don't remember shit. Tell me, do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are.
You know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone.
Oh, gosh.
Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This'll be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life
Nope. But I have the options of I left or I was left. I think it's probably more likely that I was left.
That's right, funky baby. And you just stood there. One hand on the bottle and the other on your dick. Watching her go. Let it all be dragged away from you. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
What? 4.6 billion people? I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do.
I do it
Even
a lot.
in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
Oh, lovely. I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
Something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad. This dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type.
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
So maybe this is what happens when we basically go teetotal and don't do the get a drink quest. Question is, can we survive? Can we survive without the drugs, man? Good going, buddy. Is that how it's going to be now when I close my eyes? Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's going to be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night. What chick? You don't know? Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does. What the hell is going on with me? You mean, why are you so tired? So tired and down to even think. It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detective needs to be able to think. Why is this happening? It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get more now. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. No, I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed. Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days, basically a week? Let's be honest. 2 weeks, maybe 3? You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired. That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead. Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. Ooh, dear. I think, yeah, we wanted to talk to ourselves in the mirror for a moment, didn't we? Okay. So we have this encyclopedia. Joyce told you about the new. Dig deep in your mind to locate the source of the expression. Okay. Let's do that. Damn it. So that's a encyclopedia check. I wouldn't be against raising that. Encyclopedia. Level it up. Come on, let's try it again. Dig deep into your mind and locate the source of the expression. It belongs to the new, the 3rd decade of the current century. Enough time has passed from the failure of the revolution that, for a fleeting moment, free market economy seemed like the ultimate, uncontested way of life for our species. Okay. Things were good. It was smooth sailing. People made gold and champagne tinted interiors and facades to suit the times, calling this the new style. But more importantly, disco happened. For Revachol, your city, this meant only one thing. Guillaume le Million. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right. Oh dear. I still have no idea how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an open-air boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's blonde name, or even his blonde mane, appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression. I feel the need to add a clicking sound when I make it. Click, click. The click is used to spur on a horse. It also features heavily in Guillaume le Million's regional mega hit, Don't Worry, Your Pretty Little Head. Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous. How long ago was the new? There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression looking good on you, or anyone. 2 decades. If calendars can be trusted, humanity has run around in that time. It's a different world now. The expression is a relic. So I adopted it. Why? Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did. Either way, it's all gone now. Only the grimace remains. Okay, anything else? Like who I am? Why did I become a cop? Why did I drink myself into oblivion? You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that. Oh, great. Guess that's it then. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. Okay. Maybe it will at that. I kind of quite like the way that with our sort of perception increase, we get to see more stuff, and that we missed stuff before. That's a really little neat trick. Ooh, this is all open. That's interesting. There's Kim. Kim wants to talk to us and ask why we're shining a flashlight in everybody's face. Good morning.
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod. Looks like we can get to work once again. The Union muscle turned up. He points to the mess hall doors. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. What do you mean rowdy? I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys? Who are responsible for said policing. I think it's them. Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday? I completely forgot. He looks at his note. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. He crosses something out. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it. Okay. Why do we need to talk to them? Everything points to the Dockworkers Union. The belt used for hanging him, the circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. There are so many of them. Maybe we should call for reinforcements. That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debardiers Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay? Let's roll. One more thing before we do. He glances at the booth again. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them. Continue with our business. Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder? They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place anyway. I leave you that choice. Whatever you decide is fine by me. I might talk to this friendly lady first. Lena, the cryptozoologist's wife. The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mum.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up. Ooh. Good day, Mom. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who is house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night.
What?
But they're still missing and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might be just the thing to take your mind off the hangover. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window towards the bay. Whew. So your husband is some kind of scientist? Oh, yes, she says with a pinch of pride. A zoologist, a cryptozoologist to be more precise. What is cryptozoology? It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimise research into mythological beasts and urban legends. The lieutenant sounds unimpressed. That's one opinion, yes, and people are entitled to their opinions. My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby. It's not a hobby, dear, it's a subfield of zoology, one specialising in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct, or even fictitious. Searching for such species, called cryptids, is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research. The quality of research at Revicolian universities has been on the decline, but you doubt there was ever a time when cryptozoology was embraced by an academic elite. She's completely internalised her husband's struggles. They are her own. Okay. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Yeah. Oh, you're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot. I want to know everything about cryptids. Living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids. Bring it on. We don't have time for this. Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we? Ooh. Tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your relationship. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. What does your husband look like? Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's, and his palms are quite coarse from all the field work. But he's quite gentle. You can't go around Revicol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find her husband, you'll need more concrete information. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world. Let's try again. Why don't you try describing him as you would one of your cryptids? Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed, you might say wild even. The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description. One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not in the reeds. You know, just in case. How long have you been married? We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Her smile is soft. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow. How did you two meet? Via a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are. She smiles wistfully. She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later. Okay, I think that's all the information I need. This expedition your husband was on. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant, Gary, are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast, across the waterlock, to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. She sighs. What could be keeping them? The water clock. That was broken. Could this be it? Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him? She smiles. Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I'd trust him with my husband's life any day. The water clock on the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there. Oh my! What happened to the water clock? Wouldn't you know it was blocked by a big butter billboard? It fell right into the water. Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're welcome, Ma'am. She turns back to you. I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with an extremely rare insect. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water clock's been repaired. And it's cold out there. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When and if I get there. Ooh, we have another chance to convince her to tell me about some cool cryptids. Ah, it's just not our day, is it? So tell me more about this rare insect your husband was looking for. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. She catches herself. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae. The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance. No, I want to hear about the insect. Well, she hesitates. It's a phasmid, technically, but... Ah, yes. Phasmatodii. A diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah, here comes the interesting. Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Elysium coast. Ooh. She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully, hence its name, the Elysium phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers. I knew it. The lieutenant sighs. We're going to be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists. It's not made up, officer, I can assure you. It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it even exists at all. What makes you think the phasmid is around here? Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping. So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have? Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but the description matched the Elysium phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at. So, is it dangerous? She chuckles to herself. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Does it have cool powers? Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. Her face lights up at the thought of it. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even. Is it valuable? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Okay, what's so special about this stick bug then? Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. The woman's face flushes with embarrassment. Morel can explain it much better. I wish you could hear him describe it, then you'd understand, I'm sure. Okay, that's all for now, Mom. Oh, we had such a good chance of getting a positive answer from her about the cryptids. What Is this? The tomatoes are so thinly sliced you could see through them. Okay, industrial stove. What are you planning to do? Throw a dinner party? Please refrain from culinary experiments until after we finish the investigation. Whatever you had planned, you have to do it when the lieutenant's gone. Okay, okay. The stove is unmoved by your comings and goings. Can we spot anything new about this door? Not obviously, no. I wonder. Yeah, that's Kim. Is that drunk back in the corner? No. No, he's gone. It turned out that he was important somehow and that we absolutely needed to deal with him. Right. The theme of that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavour cigarettes. What are its hallmarks? Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast all the profiteers and out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. The idea of a king and a century gone is pretty fascinating. No. Okay, where do I get such a crown? Let's have that. It comes free with a 6-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown's plastic. I'd rather know more about the world of today. The contemporary period still stands. The fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what? No one knows. Ooh. I might have to have a little foray into here, because there is money on the floor.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
You're not a gardener.
That's right. I'm not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dockworkers Union.
It feels like she's waiting for a reaction of some sort. I mean no trouble. I'm just here to do my job, that's all. Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on the murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him.
She points to the man standing in the middle of the room.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong-arming, nothing official. The district of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. What is your role in all of this? Like I already told you, I'm a legal counsellor. She crosses her arms. You have hearing problems? Why are you so aggressive? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. Those people are just dock workers. So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. Listen, you Mort Lintern lackeys. Listen, you Moralintern lackeys. You're a mob enforcing the unlawful privatisation of Revocol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards. Fuck yeah, the tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer. So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising? What are the Union's plans? Look, comedian. Her expression stiffens. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez. Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary. I should talk to Titus then. Not giving me a heck of a lot of choice. I think we're just going to really piss her off with a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco, so it's a spittoon. This would appear to be the Titus we wish to speak to. But, you know, you need rent money. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Apparently it's not time yet. There's a mysterious door. Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. Squint. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still cold outside. Okay. Well, I'll take note of that for later. Maybe we can get to it from the other side? I don't know.
This is where you say your bit.
The broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective?
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire. The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
The lieutenant turns to the broad-shouldered man at the end of the table. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him? A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get all ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Let's scan the room first. No. He points at himself. Eyes here. You got business with my boys, you got business with me. He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them. Now watch the other guys fuck it up by falling out of line. Yeah, you fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy, shouts the scrawny, rat-faced man, 2 teeth missing in the front. Yes, falling out of line to please him. This is the best kind, and now the guy is going to... Relax, Dennis, no one is fucking you yet, says the 40-something man from the corner, with a plectrum hanging from his neck. Ooh, cool. Use it to take a dig at his friend. Floodgates open. Yeah, Dennis, calm down. A blonde man in his 30s agrees. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck. Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind. You notice gang tattoos. The man must be either Mesk or Saramizian. This one knows how to keep things going. He's a hothead, but not one to be taken lightly. The last one is a bit of a black sheep. Yeah, the fat guy in the middle lets out a little chuckle. You're not even being fucked, Dennis. Easy, fellas. We got company. Titus puts an end to it. Let's see what brings the cops around. Too late. You already got a pretty good picture of these guys. You can use that. What can I use it for? You could take another look at the tracks in the yard. See if they fit with the characters here. It could be incriminating. The hanged man in the backyard. Did you do it? The pretty boy. He takes a sip from his can. You guys really love talking about the pretty boy. Funny, the lieutenant says without a smile. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. Okay, why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Container belt? Like we use in the harbour? Yes. Why? Because we took it, he says, from the harbour where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this, he looks you dead in the eye, together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck. Aha, so you just confessed to murder? Goddamn right I... No, the woman interjects. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time. All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic. How did you kill him? We hanged him up by the neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper? Didn't they teach you anything at cop school, idiot? You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that? He looks even more irritated than before. Look, I'm not going to play 20 questions with you, Coppo. I'll say it again, we killed him. Yeah, I knocked him out. The tattooed one speaks up, banging on his chest. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand. That's right, Lawman. He spits through his teeth. And then we hanged the fuck. Make them a bit more uncomfortable first. Then see if it all adds up. Okay, Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out with? My fucking elbow, copper. He looked you straight in the eye. Sumerian boxing style. Sumerian boxing, or Sambo, is an eloquently violent set of one-on-one fighting moves originating from the Sumerian Isola. Sambo style implies stealth, cleverness, and cool. He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details. Where did all this action take place? Right fucking here. He spreads his hands. The fucker started coming to our bar, asking for it. Right, I have other questions about the lynching. Who called the shots that night? Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys. A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here? Who do you fucking think does? He He sounds more amused than angry. I'm guessing the biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. The sweaty man turns red and looks first down, then around him, apologetically. It's not the fat ass, the scrawny guy shrieks. Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys, ain't that right, fellas? Titus grins. I think you got your answer, lawman. Yes, there are some administrative differences, she gives Titus a stern look, but on that night they all acted as one man. Why did you kill him? Why? He hisses through his teeth. Because he was a worthless mercenary scum, and he stepped out of line in my town. So he's a mercenary, that's it? And he stepped out of line, he repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Orange's Special Forces. A live grenade. The man spreads his arms. Right there in our bar. This one has a special gripe with him coming here. Ooh. I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. How do you know he was in the Special Forces? Because one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Orangeezy, goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all. Really? Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Orangee's paratrooper song, and said he was gonna fuck everyone. We couldn't believe it either. But he fucking did, right there. He points at the stage, like some kind of animal. Sire, the tale is true. Ooh. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code. Okay, so besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong? Wrong? He roars. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. He wiped spittle from his mouth. From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it, hopes she didn't notice. To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. He cracks his knuckles, and that was before he started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favourite joint now, started coming here every night, drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage. He grabbed someone? The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful young girl. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down. He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl that was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said. Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening? He repeats like a parrot. There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about the rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it. Right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation. No. There's a moment of silence. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in. I'm going to ask One last time, who did the dead man rape? Titus, do not answer. You've been forthcoming enough. Fuck off, cop. He does take the advice. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment. What are you talking about? Embarrassment? If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to... What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. You hear the aluminium crack in his palm as he squeezes the beer can. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's gone. Whoa. The woman turns to you calmly. As you can see, these men can only take so much baseline scrutiny, or even baseless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but what follows is a slow headshake. It's true, she was the only thing holding him back. Okay. When did this hanging incident occur? You don't have to keep answering his questions. The fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie, relax. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long had you known the victim? Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole. Yeah. Who do you think we are? Quiet. Titus gives Glenn a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago, when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy? By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative from Wild Pines? The lieutenant pretends to check his notes. The same company you're striking against? No, he stresses, I mean the Pines cow. The stupid ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say. When you ask her hard enough. That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. She turns to you. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions. How did you kill him? We've already been through this. But don't we get the... Yeah, we get this composure. But we only get to ask once. But it looks like we won't get the chance to ask again anyway. This is tough. Wow. Titus is solid as a rock. And so are a few of the others, but... First, tell me who's solid. Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man. The least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Eugene, him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there. Who's cracking under the pressure? Fat Angus, this one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Tough. Hey you! Turn to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there? No, he looks up, startled. His forehead shiny from the sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Look at how fucking fat he is. The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. Fuck off, Shanky. The big boss steps in. Angus is a powerful guy, all muscle. Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later he's going to break like a piece of twig. There's something you're not telling me. And fuck you too, copper, picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing. His all muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuinely trying to look out for Angus. This one is a stone wall. you won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet. Okay. Let's try one last question. You murdered him just like that, no remorse? How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them? Shays electrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad. Or sent them to Reunion to rot for 20 years, for life. He says it as if it were worse than dying. And Reunion? What's that? The River Esperance Correctional Facility, a military prison run by the Coalition, dubbed Reunion by the inmates. The origin of the name is unknown. Yes. Okay. But... okay, let's go. I'm just doing my job. That's all. Oh. So you're just a simple, well-meaning man, huh? He spits on the ground before you. Ever been in solitary? Prison is torture, that's what it is. He's clearly been in solitary confinement, and at a young age nonetheless. So is hanging a man slowly without breaking his neck? The lieutenant replies dryly. So what are we going to do now? Nothing. Elizabeth's reply comes sharp. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong. I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. The lieutenant closes his notebook. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this. Good luck with that. Titus grabs another beer. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is going to hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you don't get a beating. Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals. Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now. We could try to establish authority, but it seems rather unlikely that we'll succeed. Okay, I'm going to go for now. Okay, well, that's an interesting turnabout. They're clearly trying to protect someone. There's more to this. We will find that out next time. Thank you for watching, and so long.